Welcome to our program today. We're going to be talking about No Smoke, a local community effort. My name's Ed Parsekian. I've been involved in tobacco for many years in the efforts of Muskegon County to help reduce the number of people getting started smoking and to help a lot of adults quit smoking. I worked for the health department for over 15 years, and I currently do tobacco cessation programs in the community on a monthly basis. I'm here today with a couple of people I've worked with for many years. Ken Krause, the director of the health department in the county, and Cindy Powers, who works for the Health Project. Cindy, why don't you tell us a little about yourself and some of the background, how you got involved in this, and this current effort with the No Smoke campaign.
Okay, I'm Cindy Powers, and I work for the Muskegon Community Health Project. I am the program manager for Lakeshore Lung. I'm also a member of the No Smoke Coalition. The coalition members decided that we would do a youth-driven tobacco-free project for youth grades 5 through 8. And we came up with the idea of doing the PSA project, which is a public announcement project, and telling kids about being tobacco-free and giving the message to all the youth in Muskegon County.
So just to back up a second and just take a quick look at this title, I know it's not a, when you say no smoke, it has a double meaning, right? I mean, it's got the N-O for no smoke and K-N-O-W, meaning knowing more about smoke. That's which of those, and how is it spelled in the title of this organization?
Okay, we're spelling it K-N-O-W, and what we're hoping is that in the PSA project, that the kids will be able to understand and know K-N-O-W, more about tobacco use and abuse.
Why was that, what age are you targeting for this PSA?
We are targeting students that are in grades 5 through 8, which is ages 11 through 15, because the earlier that a child starts smoking, the more apt they are to be addicted as adults.
I know, I see that in my work too, as a tobacco cessation. When they do their little intake forms and they're putting their age they began, it's always in the teens.
Right.
It's always in those early teens. So many of them get started at that age and can't get free.
Right, and the earlier they get started, the more that they are likely to become addicted as adults and make it very difficult for them to be able to give the product up.
I see. And so this is going to be a contest.
Yes. What we did was we targeted grades 5 through 8, hoping that the youth would be the ages between 11 and 15, which is the onset age of tobacco use and abuse. We have found that the earlier that students start smoking, the more apt they are to become addicted as adults. The message we're trying to get across is that most students do not smoke.
Okay, and you have contacted schools, and schools have responded.
Right.
You've gotten a fairly good response, right? You've gotten a number of videos.
We have local schools in Muskegon County that we contacted, and they decided to get the group of students together, and they made a PSA project that was to be between 60 and 120 seconds.
Good.
And that project is going to be aired at the Cinema 12 Carousel.
Oh, on the big screen.
On the big screen.
Oh, excellent, excellent. A
A
lot of these students go to the big screen too on a regular basis, so that would be sure to catch them. And we're going to see some of these videos, I understand, today at the end of the program?
Right, right.
Okay.
We actually are going to be going to see the winning PSA project, so you can kind of see what the kids did with it and how creative they got and what their thoughts are and concerns are out in our county.
Excellent, excellent. I think it'd be very interesting to have them speak, as you know, so often, you know, it's always adults talking to youth, and this will be youth talking to youth, and I'm hoping that'll add to its effectiveness.
That'd be wonderful.
How prevalent is this problem in Muskegon County with youth smoking?
Well, Ed, every 3 out of 4 students have ever tried a cigarette.
That many?
80% of them think it's wrong.
Oh, excellent.
So these are some of the messages that we're hoping that'll come across in the PSA project, so that students can understand what is going on in their county.
And looking at the numbers of Muskegon County youth use of tobacco, we have Ken Krause here from Public Health Muskegon County, who is always keeping an eye on those numbers and helping get them back out to the community so they're understood. Why don't you introduce yourself, Ken? How long have you been with the health department, and how are you involved in this tobacco project?
I've been with the public health department for 21 years. this is really an important component of a community-wide project that's going on called 1 in 21, and looking at smoking, obesity, physical activity, the kinds of things that impact the health of our community. And 1 in 21 is this community-wide effort to try and do what we can, each individual, either personally in the community, to try and do something to improve the health of the entire community. And this really fits in with that. One of the things that we know about smoking at the adult age is we're still around 26% of our adult population that are smoking. And what we've seen over the years is, even though in the schools we're seeing smoking rates going down, once a person hits 18 years of age, we see that jumping back up. So we still have about twice the rate of those places that are doing the best in the country with smoking rates and people struggling with the smoking.
I remember when I was working and looking at the numbers regularly, that 20-year-old to 25 was a very high use period, isn't it? It really jumps.
And a lot of times people think that, I'll do this for a while and I'll quit. And you deal with it all the time with folks that have been doing this now for 20, 30 years, and when they finally get around to saying, oh, I need to quit, it's a very difficult addiction to get past.
Very difficult. I believe we really underestimate nicotine and tobacco in our community. It's the number one addictive drug that we deal with.
So anything we can do to help children to not start in the first place is going to help in the long run. And then continuing the kind of work that you do and the kind of work that No Smoke does to really help people who are currently smoking to keep on working at trying to quit.
Yes.
If someone can do that, they can add a good decade to their lifespan.
And stopping them before they get started is always a better choice than trying to...
It's always easier to prevent something from happening than to try and take care of it after the fact. Yeah. And that's really the big struggle. In the county health rankings for Michigan, of the 82 counties that were ranked, we ranked 63rd. We've got a lot of work to do in the community to try and get to a much better position where people are healthier, people are more productive, people are feeling good and able to enjoy their lives. But we do have a lot of individuals in our community that are struggling with a wide range of illnesses, mostly chronic, and most of them are behavior related. It's decisions that people make, and it's what kind of supports that we have from the community. So things like No Smoke, people that are interested and concerned, helping children not to make the decision not to start smoking in the first place, activities to discontinue. Those are all going to only help to make this a better place for people to live.
So this is such a critical effort, isn't it? To get the young people to see that it's not what everybody's doing. I mean, too often you talk to a young person and ask them what do they perceive is tobacco use, and they typically are much higher with their numbers. They think everybody or half their friends are smoking, when really it's much, much less. 20% or less are smoking, or even trying it.
Right.
So getting that kind of message out is very critical, very critical. So this No Smoke, meaning no more about this product, no more about, is less judgmental. It's more like, here's the facts, now make a good decision, you know, and not demanding and, ordering people.
And preaching to the choir.
Preaching, yeah. That's not going to go very far. So I like that whole concept, and I'm excited about seeing some of these films and hoping that that's the message that comes
I am too.
across.
We've got a lot of creative youth out here in Muskegon, so I'm sure that we'll see a lot of creative things. So I'll be anxious to see those too. And to see them on the big screen will be really neat.
Yeah, that'll be a thrill, and it'll be another reward for the youth that are involved, that they're up there and they're going to be able to tell their friends, and maybe hopefully then get more friends to see this stuff and get exposed to it.
That's what we're hoping for.
Yeah. Well, we'll be going out and seeing some of these films and talking to some of the youth that participated. What kind of prizes? What do these youth get for working on this?
Oh, Ed, we have wonderful prizes. The first place winner is going to win a $350 gift card to use in their classroom for school supplies. Second place winner will win $250. Third place will win $150. We'll have one honorable mention that'll win a $50 gift card. The winning classroom will get to have a release party at the Cinema 12.
Ooh.
So there will be a special movie that we've chosen that's going to be opening up in the spring. They'll be able to go and see that, and then they will get a ticket for them to be able to go in and see the movie for free. At that time, their PSA project will be on the big screen.
Wow.
And so we're going to celebrate with them there.
Oh, that's a wonderful reward. You've done a good
I think the
job.
kids will really like that. In keeping with what Ken was saying about the trying to make Muskegon County healthier by the year 2021,
Correct.
we are offering the kids a healthy snack, and I think that's going to be fun. Instead of doing the ordinary popcorn pop and candy, we've got something in store for them.
Oh, good.
And we'll leave that one as a surprise.
Oh, good.
So,
Great.
okay.
Well, I'm excited about seeing the films. Let's go take a look.
Great, thank you.
Hi, we are the 7th grade Whitehall Health class. Do you know smoke? Do you know the younger you start smoking, the more likely you are to become addicted? We would now like to introduce our wall of inspiration. 3 out of 4 teens have never tried a cigarette. Don't be the minority.
Don't never help anybody sing better or play music better or do anything better. All dope can do for you is kill you, and kill you the long, slow, hard way.
I don't smoke because I have a whole life ahead of me.
I don't smoke because if I can't breathe, I can't swim. I care about my health. If you do too, then be you, not a drug addict.
Don't do drugs, it'll affect your sports.
Okay, so if God gave you a life, why would you waste it?
You have all the time in the world, but when you do drugs, you're just wasting it.
You know alcohol is bad for you, so why do it? Don't do drugs because it'll affect your athletic ability. You're meant for something, but that something isn't doing drugs.
Don't smoke!
Do you know that almost 80% of Muskegon teenagers think smoking is wrong?
No smoke!
Hi everybody, I'm in the classroom of Kathy Sutton at the Whitehall Middle School. This is our first place winning classroom for our PSA project, and we have a couple of questions for the students that we'd like to ask them. What inspired you to be a part of this project and create a message based on the fact that most youth do not smoke in Muskegon County? Vanessa?
Well, we kind of just wrote about how and why we care, and we wrote it in 6 words or less. Yeah.
Okay, very good. What were your challenges in creating the PSA project? And I'm going to let Mrs. Sutton answer those for us.
When I first received the paperwork, I was very excited because Mrs. Powers has been coming to my classroom for the last 6 years to teach us about tobacco, and she has some really cool props, and the kids love touching the pig lung. And some of the challenges that we faced was it took 3 class hours. Actually, I had 2 classes. Our other class won honorable mention, so it took about 6 class hours to make the videos. And Eric did a great job. Eric and Isaac did a great job of filming because the kids are so much more technologically savvy than myself, so that was a challenge. And trying to keep everybody busy the whole time, but the kids were great. They really were very patient and did a really good job.
Thank you, Mrs. Sutton. Now I'd like to ask the students, what was their inspiration on coming up with the wall of inspiration? You'll see that right behind us over here. Vanessa, I think, has something to tell us about that.
Well, we kind of just started out with 6 words, and we had to explain why we cared about not smoking, and we kind of just built off of that. So.
Very good. I thought that was a really neat piece that we added to that. And now I'd like to ask the kids, what were their favorite part of the project? The movie, the video, the subway. Eric, you want to add a little bit about that?
Honestly, I guess it's to each their own. Mine was the subway. I was very hungry that day, so.
It was pretty good too.
It was. I really enjoyed that. And we were all just really excited when we found out we'd won, and it was a really good day.
Great. Did you think you were going to win?
I had no idea that. I was just thinking that it was just something we could try, and we won.
And check that out, huh? Okay. What messages about tobacco use and abuse did you learn while being part of the PSA project? I'm going to ask Madison to answer that for us.
We learned that there was a bunch of cancers and everything, and that a lot of people die from it, and it's like really sad and everything. So, yeah. So
Great. I'm glad that you guys got something out of that. Okay. Now a really funny one. Would like to know how many bloopers did you have to deal with while making this video? Mackenzie?
we had a lot of bloopers. Like one time in the end, everyone was in the scene, and you can hear Miss Sutton saying, "Okay, perfect. I think that's it," and it was just really funny.
I know you guys had told me that you guys got a good laugh out of that, huh? When you guys were doing that. Okay. Eric, what were your thoughts when you were told that you won?
Well, first thing is I wasn't expecting it at all. So, of course, there were some people that didn't really care because some people weren't really into it. But there was quite a few people that were really excited and thought that was the coolest thing ever. So it was a really good day.
Right? And you were really surprised.
Yeah.
We actually called the students when we had got done judging, and we called in and had teacher put the phone on speakerphone, and we actually told them that they had won. So that was kind of a fun day for us too. That was great. Okay, what went through your mind when you saw your video on the big screen?
Well, we saw our video before it was on the big screen, but when we saw it on the big screen, it was like real, I guess, and we were happy.
And you were like big as life.
Yeah.
And what did you think of the movie?
It was good.
Did you like that?
Yeah.
You want to tell the TV people what we went and saw?
Oh yeah, we went to go see Oz at the cinema.
Great. Okay. Now that you students have been part of the project and you have learned about tobacco use and abuse, if anyone ever offered you a cigarette, what would you guys say?
No smoke.
Thank you, everybody.